Welcome to this week's edition of NZV8 TV. As you watch this, I'll be defending my NZV8 Championship lead at Ruapuna Park in Christchurch. Our feature car this week is a Roush engine Mustang. So our question is, where did the name Roush originate? Answer at the end of the show. NZV8 TV is brought to you by Smiths Group, bringing you trusted brands for over 30 years, in association with NAC Insurance, specialised insurance for modified and performance vehicles, and LG, life's good. Drag racing, it's a motorsport with track time measured in seconds. We're at Mary for the pre-season test and tune. Maguire's feature car, a Roush engine Fastback Mustang. And finally, we bring you Mustang Nirvana at the 31st National Mustang Convention. The legends of Australian motorsport at the 2010 Muscle Car Masters. Look, preparation to seed, I'd hate to think it's stupid. If you think about it, an hour for the car, you probably get 10 seconds on the track, even a circuit car, which does a lot of laps. Yeah, it's a passion that you really just got to, not worry about the time you spend or the money you spend, and just get on with it and enjoy it when you get to the track. And when it comes to track time versus preparation, drag racing guys have even less.
It's days like today at Test and Tune where guys come and test their cars. Unlike circuits, we have 3 or 4 days a year to come to these events, get our cars sorted, ready for the national events. I'm here with Lee Sherwin, driver of the Pro Drill Quartermaster Escort. Lee, tell us a bit about the car.
It's a 1974 Mark 1 Ford Escort. It's got a big block Chevy, 498 cubes. Hasn't been dynoed, but I reckon it's about 650, 700 horsepower.
The season last year, you guys followed the National Series round, collecting points. How'd you go?
We got second in the NZV8 series. We runner-up in Christchurch, Ruapuna. We won the Masterton round and a couple of semi-final finishes for the Fram.
We're here at the Test and Tune. What are you aiming for in an event like this? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to achieve?
We just want to get back to where we were last year. Just do a sort of a half pass to start with, and then just get back to consistencies, 940s, 950s, just make sure it's going straight and everything's working well, yeah. We want to go one better. We want to get number 1 for NZV8. We've been runner-up past 2 seasons now, myself and younger brother Chris. So yeah, just to get the number 1 and to win up here again and just keep going rounds and having fun.
When it comes to top alcohol, their performance is measured in thousandths of a second. Former top alcohol champion Chris Johnson wants his title back.
I'm here with Chris Johnson, driver of the Vernon and Vasey Hardcore Trawler. CJ, big year last year. Tell us a bit about it.
Oh, it was an eventful year. It was culminating and run that 599 at the end of the season. So we're just hoping to carry on where we left off.
Obviously, the coming season there's going to be some pretty big competition with some new cars coming out. What do you know about that?
Yeah, well, I've heard a few rumours, but there's the Marsh Motorsport car that's going to be a fairly aggressive piece of kit, I think. So, and we've just heard recently that the Lodges have bought a new car, but I haven't seen or heard about that. But I'd say that'll be an aggressive car as well. So,
yeah.
But it's the last one standing, isn't it, Morris?
What do you do with a Chevy-based car like yours to stay in touch with these guys with the PSI Hemis?
Hope they make a mistake.
And good luck, Chris, but watch out for John Nealon.
I'm here with Raymond and Russell with a car that may look familiar to some people. Guys, explain to us a bit about the car and what you got.
69 Camaro here with a 515 cubic big block in it, around about 1200 horsepower. Not a full tube car, still got the standard fronts set up in it, been tubbed out in the back, bit of aluminium panelling, roll cage, big motor.
This is the first season with the car for you guys. Obviously we had the test and tune, licensing, things like that. What do you have to do to get a license?
Just got to be able to do a burnout, and a half pass, launch, and a half pass and a full pass.
And we're doing well so far, obviously at 890, I think I saw off the trailer there.
Yeah, not too bad. We're getting into the swing of things, getting the hang of the car. A lot of things to do, a lot of things to go on in there, and yeah, we're just getting it down. More practice, the better, I suppose.
So watch out for the boys this year in their black 68 Camaro in the top street division.
And when is a tyre a gearbox? First, second, third. Drag Combat. NZV8 versus NZ Performance Car Magazine Drag Combat is on December 5th at Merry Merry. NAC Insurance has an awesome free double pass offer for all new policyholders. Simply visit nac.co.nz for all the info.
Drag Combat is New Zealand's performance car magazine versus New Zealand V8 magazine. The format is bracket racing. It's simply to do with brackets, whatever time you do on the day, say starting from 7-second bracket to 13 plus. If you go out there, you do 11-second pass, you'll be put on an 11-second bracket. Whether it's an import or an NZV8 who wins that class. Turn up to Frame Model R Dragway, we'll sort out all your registration, scrutineering, all that type of stuff in the morning at 7 o'clock. Spectators can basically start coming in from 8 o'clock onwards. The racing will start sharp at 9 o'clock. There's a full-on day of drag racing. It's going to be close, it's going to be fast, and it's going to be exciting.
This week's Maguire's feature car is a Fastback Mustang with an impressive power plant. Fabricated by Matamata Panel and Paint, who produce more NZV8 magazine cover cars than anyone else. 7 to date.
Hi, I'm Mike Pearce from Devonport. I live in Auckland. This is my 1965 Roush Mustang Fastback. I've had it for about 3 years now, and the last 2 years it's been in the process of being resto modded, resto built by Matamata Panelworks and just out of Hamilton there. It's a resto mod, so I mean this 1965 66 shape is a Mustang that I've always wanted to own. The shape, the actual restoration is new technology, old shape, so you've got the classic lines, the beautiful symmetry, if you like, of that vehicle, plus the modern technology, so she drives like new. It's got 4-link independent suspension on the back, coilovers all corners. The engine itself is out of America, Roush Performance Limited. So at the heart of it really is the Roush engine, and once that arrived, we had to strengthen and work on the rest of the car so it'll handle the power. Well, I always believe that, as a grown-up, as a kid, you have a garage, and in that garage there's 6 cars, and one of them has to be a Fastback Mustang, and this was the model I've always wanted. I've had notchbacks and so forth before, but I had to have this car. I had an idea about what it was going to look like. I was working with Malcolm and Ian at Matamata, and those guys have got some great ideas, and so it pretty much developed from there. This car handles perfectly, and the power and the torque in this engine is just phenomenal. It's, I suppose in some ways you have a dream about what it's going to be like in terms of performance, but this is something else, beyond all my expectations really. I belong to the Auckland Mustang Club, and I think there's probably people there who would think a classic is a classic, should stay that way, but I'm a great believer in any vehicle. You own it, it's your bit of pride and joy. So it doesn't matter what brand it is or performance level it's got. If you want to take a car to a certain level, then you should be able to do that. So Roush has been around just as long as Shelby. So those guys are older than I am, and their experience and stuff. So to me, it's really just an honour of those guys, in terms of their performance. I've actually got the original paperwork on the car. It's a one owner out of California, and had a 289 4-barrel in it. So yes, it was pretty authentic really, and very straight. So it was a good starting platform, if you like, to build this thing here.
My name's Ian. I'm a panel beater. This was actually a good car, all standard, but a very good solid car, in nice condition, no rust at all. He decided that he wanted a bit of a fruity engine, and various discussions, and these are probably by far the best crate motor you can buy. Decision was made, and he bought this.
And look out for this gem. in a forthcoming issue of NZV8 magazine. Still to come on NZV8 TV, as promised, the 31st National Mustang Convention, Australian Touring Car Masters from Eastern Creek, and we return to Merry. This is NZV8 TV.